Hi, Bridget Truxillo here with Protective Wellness. I am the founder of Lady Law Shield, which is a law firm that specializes in representing law enforcement officers and first responders in employment-related matters. But today we're here for our Friday Neurological Reset. And the focus on today's session is about becoming unbusy. Now, what does that mean? In 2019, I realized that I was somehow defining my level of success with how busy I could describe myself. People would say, "Oh, how you doing?" And I would say, "Oh, I'm so busy." And then suddenly I realized that's not the word I wanted to describe myself or my life. And what does that mean? How is success tied to busyness? And what would that look like if I took out the word busy? What would I say instead? How was I defining success within my own life? And around the same time, I came across one of my favorite accounts on Instagram called Becoming Unbusy. I highly recommend it. It's basically teaching you about ways to find less things to do. It's also about finding ways to let go of stuff you don't need, clearing out the clutter from your house, your space, and it's very similar to what we are trying to do here, which is clearing out the clutter of your mind. Now, in neurological resets, I oftentimes will use something called a cognitive declaration. And that's nothing other than, or to simplify it, it is a seed that you plant in your mind. You are cultivating, you are nurturing it just like you would a seed out in your garden, and it will continue to grow. You are planting the seeds of positive cognitive thoughts that very much control how calm you feel, whether you feel peaceful, whether you feel in control. Because remember, we always say you cannot control what happens on the outside, but you can always control what happens on the inside. So let's go ahead and get set in our neurological reset for today, in which we are going to start planting the seeds of becoming unbusy. Get settled in a seated position. You can lay down. If you do, place a pillow under your knees to relieve lower back pressure or strain. You could even get in the position I showed in a video last week where you are placing your lower legs at a 90-degree angle above you, which allows your hips to truly relax and get you into a deep restorative position. You could stand up. Go ahead and close your eyes and begin to take full, deep belly breath. And when I say belly, I mean the 360 degrees of your abdomen. I don't just mean pushing your belly muscles out. So take that full, deep breath, expanding your belly, the sides of your abdomen, your obliques, around your lower back. And always pause at the top and then slowly exhale each breath fully and completely. You want your inhale to be slightly shorter than your exhale. So inhale for 3. Pause. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it again. Inhale. Fully expanding your abdomen, filling up so much breath that it expands your rib cage. Exhale. Inhale again, filling up so much breath into your abdomen, into your rib cage, and filling up your chest. You're filling up your chest is lifting, but you're not lifting your shoulders. You're not lifting your shoulders to make space for that breath. You're keeping them down, and you're exhaling completely, emptying out your chest, emptying out your rib cage, emptying out your torso. Inhale again, fully, deeply expanding your belly, your rib cage, your upper chest, upper back. And then slowly exhaling, emptying out your chest, emptying out your rib cage, emptying out your lower torso. And continue breathing. Full, deep breaths. When you do this, when you take these full, deep breaths that originate from your lower torso, you are using your nervous system to send a message to your brain that everything's okay, that everything can calm down, that you can release, you can let go, that you don't need to hold on to whatever stress or chaos or busyness is happening in your mind. Keep breathing slow, full inhales, and even slower, fully and completely exhaling. As you continue to take these full, deep breaths, I want you to say to yourself on your next inhale, I free myself from chaos. On your next inhale, say it again. I free myself from chaos. Chaos can mean many different things. Something is popping up in your mind about what chaos means to you. Visualize that as you say to yourself again, I free myself from chaos. It's a thought, an emotion, a circumstance, an event. But you get to decide what you do with that internally. On your next inhale, I want you to say to yourself, I am calm. On your next inhale, say it again, I am calm. The third one, say it again, I am calm. You can visualize yourself in that same emotion, event, circumstance happening, and telling yourself that you are visualizing whatever it is that's in your mind, that you're telling yourself you are calm no matter what. And lastly, on your next inhale, say to yourself, I am at peace. Again, I am at peace. And again, I am at peace. These cognitive declarations are a very powerful tool that is telling the neurological pathways in your brain that they can go a different route, that you could start over, you can create new, you can release. Just take these next several breaths, breathe in and out, full inhales and exhales. Perhaps you can visualize what you're releasing. If your mind becomes too distracted, come back to focusing on the breath, filling up and expanding your entire torso, and then exhaling, releasing and contracting your entire torso. You can open your eyes, and then we'll come out of this together with 3 cleansing breaths. So inhale, then exhale, audibly let it go. Inhale, then audibly let it go. One more. Inhale, exhale. As I said when we started, and I say every time, you cannot control what happens on the outside, but you can control what happens on the inside. And it's through this regular neurological reset practice that you start to truly hone that skill and recognize how powerful that can be for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next week.